Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Thank you. What's up, y'all? Anything you want to do today? Postures, body parts, anything you want to mess with? Low back?
Neck and shoulders.
Neck and shoulders? Okay.
Shoveling neck and shoulders.
Gotta shovel with those legs. Gotta rotate. Actually, you see the shovels now, they got plow shovels, right? Shit's angled, you just kind of push. They got that broom one that's like blows the snow out. Yeah. Actually, I'm getting a snow blower for next year. Well, our problem is we don't have a yard for the dog anymore, so we have to walk her all the time. So we got to get, I live in Atlantic City, so there's not a lot of people there. So none of my neighbors are there, so nobody really shovels. So to get to the corner is like crazy. So this next year, we're just gonna do the whole thing. I'm just gonna round in a circle. I'll make some friends, you know, or maybe some enemies. Who knows? In this environment, who knows? Someone will be mad that I shoveled their snow, right? Anything besides those couple things? Low back and shoulders? I mean, it'll keep us busy. All right, let's do it. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall. There'll be a couple things I'll be limited to today. My knee's not feeling the best, so you can even see from the way I'm sitting today, like I just don't want to take that knee out to the side. So there might be some things I'm going to have to modify a little bit with y'all, but I'll mention that as we're practicing. Take a few breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. We always say this is our centering time. All right, what does that mean? Well, we set the intention for our class, right? We prepare ourselves for the practice. We do things like come to our breath. You want your breath to initiate all of your movements. So right now you want to start tapping into the breath. It's why we do the little refinements, like listening to yourself breathe or slowing down the beginning of the inhale and pushing more on the end of the exhale, or counting out the breath so it's 2 or 3 seconds for the inhale. We make the exhale 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe we find Ujjayi breath, and we Om, right? The Om is you controlling your breath. You know, I think of things mostly from physical, like when I teach you chakras and stuff like that, I don't get into the whole like, you know, the energy and this is, I'm like, physically, this is what you feel, right? Pull up your pelvic floor, root chakra, right? Pull your belly button in, pull your shutters closed, right? Reach your heart up. That's the way I tend to work with y'all through those. It's same thing with the Om. The benefit of the Om is that you are trying to control your breath so it goes evenly, right? Through that whole range where we take it. So whatever it takes for you to get there, tune in a little bit deeper to your breath. You don't have to think about your breath at all, right? It happens subconsciously. But we're going to use it in different ways. We're going to use the exhale to support the core, right? We're going to use the inhale to lift and make space. We're going to use the exhale to move into that space. Feel the breath move here. On the next inhale, the arms lift. And then on the exhale, the fingertips and the knuckle pads come to root. And the heels of the hands lightly touch. And the breath now goes to the space between our palms. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, seated position. Take your right hand out to the side. Turn the palm forward, left hand up and over. Sit up nice and tall. Take that little side bend in the neck. Don't use your arm to crank your neck to the left. Use it to hold the weight of your head. If you want to get into upper traps, you're going to, like if you had a shirt pocket, you're going to peek down. You want to get into SEM, sternocleidomastoid, this chunky muscle here, look up. You could do all three, right? You could stay neutral. You could look down. You could look up, wherever you want to go. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, the arms up. Now, wider will be more accessible, freer in the shoulders. Narrower will be more challenging, whatever feels good. Maybe even pull the pelvic floor up, pull the belly in. Here's your shutters. Close the shutters. Now maybe start to look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe start to look up to one of those girders. Maybe look all the way overhead. And then exhale, hands in front. Swap the legs. Take that left hand out to the side. Palm, see when palm goes forward, see the shoulder go back? Now I can go right hand up and over, like I'm palming a basketball. Breathe up into your hand first. Yep, take that little side bend. And if this feels good, stay here. Peeking down, peeking up, wherever you want to go. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, the arms up. Then take a couple breaths. Start lifting up, like reach through your thumbs. Yep. Now maybe even curl back that little bit. Maybe look up. Feel that work between your shoulder blades, but running up your spine. One more breath. Exhale, the hands in front. Spin around, all fours, hands and knees. Hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. Pointer finger straight forward or turned out. So what I mean by that is my pointer finger is right straight ahead of me, or I want to go out, external rotation. I don't want to be this way. See how this peels my shoulder away from my back? See how when I do this, it actually brings my shoulder into my back. That's what I want. Keep that. Keep hugging the hands into the midline. Start squeezing your forearms. You can see by looking at my arms, I'm squeezing everything I got. Squeezing biceps. I'm holding that elbow joint. Sweep the inner heels out. They want to do this. So you're going to go this way. Then you're going to hug the shins in. You're going to pull your heels to your butt. Feel those hamstrings engage. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull the belly button in. Pull the shutters closed. And now breathe low mountain. So we're in a full-on isometric engagement. That means we're hugging muscle to bone without movement. One more breath. Cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back. Look to your belly. Lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch. Your exhale, round. Now stay with your breath. If it was 2 seconds to inhale, it takes 2 full seconds to arch through your back. 2 seconds to exhale, 2 full seconds to round. So we're letting that breath, right, initiate our movement. If you want to stretch the low back, the lumbar, you're going to lengthen sit bones to the backs of the knees. If you want to get to the upper back, you're going to look to your belly real nice and deep. One more. And then come to a neutral position. So find that flat back. Take the knees back a couple inches, then reach the right leg straight back, ball of the foot on the floor. Little micro bend in the knee. So don't push your kneecap up to the ceiling. Pull your kneecap towards your waist. Now reach back out of the heel. Reach forward out of the crown of the head. Even breathe, expand side to side. Think of your rib cage like a cylinder. You want to expand it in all directions. Exhale, lower that knee. Take the left leg back, ball of the foot on the floor. Find that neutral position in the knee joint. Hyperextension's easy, right? I'm a hyperextender too. I know it's super challenging. You got to keep that little micro bend. So you're staying in the front of the joint. Hyperextension's going to the backside. We want to stay in the front. Now pull that kneecap towards your waist, and you should feel your quads starting to engage. One more breath. Exhale, lower. Walk the knees back in. All fours, hands and knees. Take a breath. Low mountain. Step back to plank. You can see my shoulders are stacked up on top of my wrist crease, and I'm reaching out of my heels. So my feet aren't straight up and down like this. They're in dorsiflexion, so my toes are closer to my shins, and my heels are to the wall behind me. Yep, now keep that space. Lift the hips, push back to downward dog. So there will be your distance for your downward dog, right? You measured it out with the plank. Sometimes we migrate when we come out of Cobra. So if you ever feel like your distance is off, measure it through the plank again. The shoulders on top of the wrist crease, and then you reach out of the heels, and that'll be your distance for your downward dog. Now, first downward dog, bend the knees. Hug the hands in, keep the forearms lifting up away from the mat. Keep the inner biceps lifting up away from the mat. The way to keep the shoulders safe, keep the inner biceps lifting up. If the inner biceps fall, that shoulder's going to peel away from your back again. Now slide the back of your neck forward like you're looking at like across from the heels of your hands. There's not just the muscles in the back of the neck igniting, but that upper back. Now push your hands down and forward. Take your chest back towards the toenails. There's the opener. One more breath. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds? So if it's 2 seconds to inhale, 2 full seconds to come forward to a plank. That's pretty slow. 2 seconds to exhale, 2 full seconds to push back. You always hear me say in yoga, we get a lot of shit done in 2 seconds. Right? We do a lot of adjusting in 2 seconds. In life, that's not always the case, right? Now here we're playing a little more dynamic, working through the arms and the shoulders and the chest and the upper back and the hips. One more. As you come forward towards plank, let the exhale lower, chaturanga, spin the ball jar lids. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. If you're not sure what I mean, you want to keep your hands spinning this way, like out. That's going to keep the shoulder connected in your chaturangas. After the 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. It would be like the right hand is tightening the ball, the lid on the ball jar, and the left one is loosening. We're going to try it again. We'll talk about it in just a couple breaths. Keep pushing your hands down and forward. Take the chest back towards the toenails. Now engage those legs, especially the hamstrings. So remember, we needed to pull the kneecaps to our waist. For the hammies, we want to pull our heels to our butt and our butt to our heels. Now pedal the heels down. So exhale, take that right heel down. Inhale it up. Exhale the left down. Yep, inhale up. Stay with the breath. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds? 2 or 3 seconds to stretch through that heel. 2 or 3 seconds to come up. 2 or 3 seconds to stretch the second side, or whatever the length of your breath is. Come to a neutral position when you balance the sides out. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga, spin the lids. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Now you can stay low, you can come up high, but shoulders are back and down away from your ears. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. If it felt better to keep the knees bent, keep the knees bent. If it feels better to straighten the legs. But don't let that chin hang to the midline. Keep looking forward towards like the heels of your hands. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Bring the spine straight. So when I always say like high on your fingertips of your blocks, it's for your spine. This wants to happen, right? Especially if we reach like this. This is our misalignment of life. This is phone back. We're trying to find Tadasana in the spine, mountain pose. So nice and lifted here. Now you can see if I can probably work down a little bit here. I feel like I'm pretty open. So if I'm going to go deeper, I don't do this. I go deeper at the hip crease on that right side to get my hands down to the floor. Right? So I'm still lifting this back thigh up, but I'm going to soften this right one down, and that's going to get me a little bit closer. Right? And see me work, I'm really working my spine like a ton. One more breath. Left hand stays down, right elbow draws back, maybe reach up. Yeah, keep that left hip lifting up. It's going to try to fall to the floor. Twists are above the waist, right? So hold the hips there. Reach back out of your heel. Reach forward out of the crown of your head so you get tall. Now open the chest towards the sky, maybe even look up the arm. Inhale, come back to center. Nice, y'all. Place the hand down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Yeah, nice pace, y'all. I've been talking about this for weeks, right? It's so challenging to truly stay with your breath. We're hustlers. We move, right? All day we're moving. Here we're trying to slow down. Reach your left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Hug that knee to the chest. And then find wherever your space is. If your space is here, awesome. If your space is here, it's the same awesome. Right? It's no better or no worse. It's just where your pose needs to be, but definitely not this. So keep looking forward. See, now I split. I reach the heel back. I reach the crown of my head forward. Now I get nice and tall. I could really work my upper back between my shoulder blades from my head to my butt. Not rhomboids, not shoulder blades to the midline. Extension here of the spine. Awesome. One more breath. Right hand stays down. Spin the bicep forward to root the shoulder back. Then draw the left elbow back, maybe reach up. You'll notice one side will twist a little easier than the other. We look symmetrical, but we're not. We twist to one side way easier, right? Rotation. Maybe look up. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Awesome. Place the hand down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Look forward, bend the knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Charge those legs up. Belly's in, sit bones are down, reach up through your thumbs. Maybe curl back a little bit. Feel where the back bend happens, under your shoulder blade. What's the misalignment? The hips come forward. So you got to keep the inner thighs back. You got to keep sacrum back. You got to keep belly working the spine. You got to keep shutters closed, right? It's a lot of shit. Keep reaching up through your thumbs. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Bring the arms in front. Plug the right one in. Bring the left to support. You only want to go across the midline. If I go too far, see how I disengage the head of the arm bone out of the shoulder socket? I want to be here, plugged. Shouldn't really have to go much past the midline. And there's a stretch right here, this medial delt. That's your middle shoulder muscle is where you're going to feel that at. Exhale, release. Inhale the arm in front. Plug it in. Take it across the body. Keep plugging back. This is my rotator cuff hanging out for dear life. This is integration. This is where I'm safe. One more breath. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Bring that right hand behind your back. Bring your left hand to your elbow. I use this mostly for lat with y'all, but we certainly are opening up a bunch. There's a big junction. A lot of stuff comes through here. We're opening up all kinds of stuff here. Push your head back into your forearm. Yep. Feel that work now in your spine between the shoulder blades as you stand up tall. That's called force feedback, when you can push on something and feel that you can then create another action. That's root to rise, right? We always push down to rise up. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap. It's just a different variation. See, so if I push my head in my forearm, now I can stand up tall through my spine instead of this happening. And of course this wants to happen. Anterior pelvic tilt or misalignment, right? So we got to try to fight that. Draw your fingers up, stretch that tricep even a little bit more. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Now, plug your arms in, because it's easy to pull your arms out of the socket. So plug them in. If you need your block, use your block. And as you fold, you should have like T-Rex arm or little robot arms. That's what we want. Remember, your arms are only as long as they were when we did that stretch. To disengage the arm bone, that's not really the length of your arm. That's just disengaging. Does it work for a certain amount of time? Yeah. But as adults, the number's over 75% that have a tear in our rotator cuff, right? That we just live with. That's because we let those type of things happen. So try to be real conscious here on plugging in. Now inhale, look forward, draw your fingers towards your toes. It's gonna pull your spine forward and use that space to go deeper into the pose instead of the disengagement. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. We curl back that little bit. Keep the low back safe by belly button in and sit bones down, legs supercharged. Back bends, 90% legs, 10% back bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Take that right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Left hand can be fingertips. You can have it on your block. You could have it on your hip. Some of you are going to reach the arm up to the sky. If you're going to reach that left arm up to the sky, take your right hand and you're going to turn the back of the hand to the outside of the ankle. That's the shoulder rooting back. We want that. Then maybe look up the arm. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Swap side two. So left to the outside of right, right to fingertips, your block, your hip. If you're going to take the arm to the sky, you can take your left hand and bring the palm towards the brick wall so that the back of the hand is to the outside of your ankle. Then you're going to maybe look up. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Keep those arms plugged in. It's not like a fair trade-off to disengage your arm bone and stress your rotator cuff to try to stretch your hamstrings and your spine, right? We want to make everything be optimal, real efficient, right? So that we don't unwind things. Easier said than done, shit yeah. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So start to flow a little bit, right? Flow's another challenge. Stay with your breath. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing. Our heart rates are still pretty low, which means our breath is still really controllable. Think about what happens when you're running, right? Your heart rate goes up, which means your breath goes up. But here, we're still pretty controlled. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. So keep that back heel up, sweep it out. It'll start to draw that hip forward. Reach up through your thumbs. Maybe curl back. One more breath. Exhale the hands to the blocks. Flip them up nice and high. Slowly straighten your front leg. Re-square the left hip forward and down. Look forward. Climb the spine up out of your waist. And then maybe fold down the inside of that right thigh. Spine nice and straight. So opposing forces. You got to keep the back of your neck sliding to the ceiling as you bring your chest towards the mat. What wants to happen? This. You got to do the exact opposite. You got to do this. Neck to the ceiling, chest towards the mat. We're going to do that a lot. Yeah, you got to separate these body parts. Otherwise, we're just reinforcing phone back, and we sure as shit don't need that in our life, right? We have plenty of time to reinforce phone back. Like when you leave and the first thing you do is check your phone, right? Which we will all do. I'll do the same thing. One more breath. Inhale, look forward, bend into that lead knee. Place the hands, step back, downward dog. Push the hands down and forward. Take the chest back towards the toenails. Get the weight into your legs when we're holding these downward dogs. That's how it's going to be easier. Not easy, easier. If you look to the sides, your cheeks or your ears should be in line with your biceps. If it feels better to keep the knees bent, keep them bent. If it feels better to straighten, straighten. But keep breathing and getting that weight back by pushing the hands down and forward and taking the chest back towards the toenails. Nice, y'all. One more breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. When you're ready, inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. So you don't let this back thigh drop. If the back thigh wants to do this on you, you're going to stay high on the ball of the foot. See how I could lift it? I could straighten it a little more. Now, if I feel like I can hold it up, then I want to reach the heel back behind me, to the wall behind me. Yeah. Just like I'm going to pull the front heel back so the knee can reach forward. Up through the thumbs, through the crown of the head. Maybe curl back in the pose. Keep letting the back of the heart lift up, though, through the front of the chest so we get tall. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Flip them up. You're going to slowly straighten that front leg. Think of the 2 or 3 seconds. Then you're going to square that right hip forward and down. Think of the 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe look through the spine. Or lift through the spine as you look forward and then fold. Keep ripping your feet towards one another. So you're ripping the front heel back and the back toes forward. Ground force tension. Or that force feedback that we were talking about. Look forward, let that spine get tall. I even keep a little bend in my elbows. That way I know I'm not disengaging, right? Whenever I have my hands on the floor, I try to keep a micro bend in the elbows at least, if not a little more of a bend. It just depends how deep you get in the pose. One more breath. Look forward, bend into that lead knee. Place the hands down. Step back, downward dog. We're going to hold this downward dog again, so keep pushing those hands down and forward. Full breath in, complete breath out. Keep breathing here. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Just let your thumbs come to heart center. We use like the center of our chest. Use your thumbs to flick your heart out. Maybe close your eyes, take a few breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. But it's a pretty active rest. So keep hugging in. It's like full-on mountain pose, but then we close our eyes and we just turn to our breath and try to soften a little bit. But the foundation is nice and strong here. Sacrum's back behind us. Shutters are closed. Head and throat back. One more breath. Gently open the eyes, release the hands, swing the arms up. Sit back into Utkatasana chair pose. Get those butts back. Butts got to go back first before the knees bend. Belly's in. See, sit bones are gently reaching to the floor. Like that's too much, right? But that's not enough. I got to fill this in. Sit back a little bit deeper. Keep those legs charged. Pull that pelvic floor up. Pull that belly button in. Lift those arms up. Sit back deeper. Charge those legs. Core. Pull those shutters closed. Lift those arms. Nice, y'all. Sit back deeper. Push down, rise up. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Plug that right leg up. Take the side bend towards the right, towards the brick wall. Adductor, scissor this right leg into the left. You'll get power to the inside of the thighs. That's adduction. The hip goes to the left a little bit, and you side bend to the right. Now, take your head and your throat back. Now take your arms back even more. Yep. Inhale, come up, swap the hand and the foot. Make sure that foot's nice and rooted. Plug the left leg up. Hip's gonna settle to the right a little bit. You're gonna side bend to the left. You're pulling the energy up the legs, right? Because we're working from the foundation. We pull it through the core from the pelvic floor up. We slide our head and our throat back, and the arms go back even deeper. Yep. Inhale, come up, release the hand and the foot. Fold, forward, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Next inhale, look forward, walk the hands out in front. Reach the right leg straight back, come to standing split. Reach your right heel to the wall behind you, and so you can feel your left heel get heavy and you can move the toes on your left foot. You cannot move the heel. One more breath. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to lift the arms up, Virabhadrasana 3. You could be here as well. Arms by the side to be a little more accessible and like the airplane. But see where I'm at? I'm spinning the palms of the sky. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. When you're ready, take a breath. Then lower that right leg. Take another breath. When you're ready, reach the left leg straight back. Now we reach left leg back until right heel gets nice and heavy. We can move our toes on our right foot because the heel is what's going to shoot the energy into the glute. And then we feel. We want to stay here. Awesome. Stay here. You want to lift the arms up. Keep reaching the heel back as the arms come up in front. If they're going to go by your side, let them go by the side. Palms towards the sky. Yep. If they're reaching out front, reach back out of the heel, forward out of the fingertips and the crown of the head. Lower the arms. Take a breath. Lower the leg. Take another breath. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up. Take a big reach. Nice, y'all. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Before you pull your shoulders back, fill the ribs up with breath. Then exhale, take the shoulders back. Maybe the hands move away from our back a little bit to get into the biceps. Biceps are a culprit to shoulder pain. They attach to, one head attaches to your scapula and it'll do this. And it'll pull that shoulder blade up. So we want to open up these muscles. You do that by taking your hands like this way away from your back. Yep. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. If your left pinky was under last time, right pinky gets a turn. The uncomfortable way. Fill the ribs up. And take the shoulders back. I always feel like Bob Ross and shit when I say that. You ever watch Bob Ross when he's painting? And he's like, every tree needs a friend. And he puts a little friend in there and shit. I was like, yeah, keep a little balance. Let the other side get a turn. Maybe the hands come. If you don't know who Bob Ross is, you need to go home today, right? And look that shit up. I'm right? Like, you're like, yeah, dude, Bob Ross. How many of those did you watch when you came home from school, right? That shit was on, and you watched it. Release, inhale the arms up. He was making mountains, friends with mountains and trees and rivers. Maybe curl back. He's an artist, if you're not sure, a painter. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. His story's actually real wild if you want to like look into him. There's a real cool documentary. Check it out. I've been talking about documentaries this week for some reason. Inhale, look forward. Huh?
There's a very funny movie with Owen Wilson called Pain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll watch that with Owen Wilson. I'll check that out. Yeah. The other day I was talking about the Counting Crows documentary and Alanis Morissette. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up. I love music. You know, what can I say? Curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. All right. Triangle. We're going to kick up into Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon. Does everybody know what half moon pose is? So we're going to work from our triangle, and then we're going to come to here. Whoops. Here. Dude, this pose is my nemesis pose from the moment I start practicing yoga. I'm talking like 2009 or some shit like that. It's always been a challenge. You're not going to see me get worked up. You're not even going to see me get annoyed if I fall out of it. You're going to see me probably chuckle a little bit, and I'm just going to move into it. Never let the balance piss you off, right? We're challenging ourselves to try to get stronger. Your balance can be from a little bit of congestion in the back of your ears, right? Like it could throw your balance off. So just practice. Now the arm in front, what I'm really doing is I'm going to be in external rotation, right? And I'm going to have my arm out to the side like this. This would be too long, just like this would be too short. So the block in front of me is going to be the distance from my hip to my armpit, side body, right? So when I put the block here, if I'm out here, look, I'm going to be too long. That's going to be hard. Just like if I'm on here, I'm going to be too short. I just want the block out here like this. And wherever you want the block, or if you're on the floor, it doesn't matter, wherever it is. All right, I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how to play. So we'll come through triangle. So let's start right leg forward, left leg back. Triangle is a balance beam pose, which means my heel's in line with my arch. So if I drew a line down my mat, that's all going to line up. Now this pose is sometimes challenging to figure out the distance in the legs. So bend into your lead knee like Warrior Two and see if it goes on top of your ankle. If it stopped here, right, or if it went here, you got to change that distance. You're a little too long or a little too short. So set this up. Yep. Now take this left thigh back. Take the left hip back. Even if the knee comes in, we're stretching these muscles. That's why they're challenging us. Yep. Take the ribs back. Bring the arms up. Yep. Now breathe to get nice and tall. Remember what we did with this kneecap? Pull it up to our waist. Don't push it behind you. Now get real tall here like we're peeling out of the waist. Yep. And when you're ready, hinge at the right side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block of the floor. Keep ripping your feet together. Don't let those hips pop. We've been working on that for a while. Yeah, the more you rip that front heel back and that back arch forward, the more you keep the head of the femur locked into the hip socket. Now on the right arm, spin the bicep forward so the shoulder roots back. Keep opening up the right side body. So from that hips to armpit, squeeze the top side to open the bottom. Maybe look up and already start practicing the balance. One more breath. Exhale your left hand to your hip. Bend your front knee. You're either going to kick up into Ardha Chandrasana from here or you're going to drag your foot like this. And it's going to give you a little more balance as you come up into half moon pose. Now kick those back toes forward a little bit. So if you look down your leg, you can see them. So the top of the thigh is rooted back. Maybe the arm goes up. Maybe you look up. One more breath. Nice, y'all. Now scissor your legs. Float back to standing triangle. Yes. Bend into that lead knee. Warrior Two. Push from the back foot to that front heel. Step forward. That went great. Awesome. Let's try side two. Left leg forward, right leg back. Imagine you're on a sheet of ice. You don't have to imagine that hard. We've been living on ice, right? Our feet want to slip this way. We got to do the opposite. This way, hug in. That's the head of the femurs into those sockets. Thigh back, hip back, ribs back, because this shit wants to happen. So you got to take all this back. Yep. Take the arms up and breathe up out of the waist. We got to get tall, right? If we don't clear the left hip, there's nowhere for us to go. Then when we're ready, hinge. Keep ripping the feet together. You'll keep that from happening. The power's in the legs here. Keep them strong. Open the left side body this time. So from hips to armpit on that bottom side. Squeeze the top side to do that. Keep spinning that left shoulder back. Maybe look up the right arm. Breathe. Exhale the right hand to the hip. Bend the front knee. So see, last time I dragged, this time I would kick from back here. It's not a right or wrong, it's just wherever you want to play. I kick the toes forward a little bit so I can reach the top of the thigh back. I keep lengthening left sit bone to left heel, and I keep opening up. Whoop, see, when that shit happens, you just laugh and go again. Maybe the arm goes up. Maybe we look up. Woo, scissor the legs together. Float back, standing triangle. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Push from the back foot to the front heel, step forward. Nice. Swing the arms up, take a big reach. Awesome, yo. Curl back a little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels, take a little break. Grab a drink, wipe your face, whatever feels good. Child's pose, Vajrasana would be here. Yana Mudra is where your thumb and your pointer finger touch. Heel your hand to the crease of your thigh so your fingers drape over your thigh. You could even close your eyes for a few breaths. Go back to the breath, full breath in and complete breath out. And then when you're ready, open the eyes. Let's all meet in hero's pose. So if you're in child's pose, when you're ready to come up, hero's is here on our knees. Internal rotation, yeah. Internal rotation. Unsickle your feet, like turn them out. And you'll notice that your butt will go into your heels a little more and get closer to the floor. If your butt doesn't touch, no problem. Take the blanket or the block, tuck it underneath you, and just fill that space up. Flick your toenails down into the mat. Hug your shins in, even though they're not next to each other. Yeah. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters close. You get nice and tall. Maybe take the hands behind you. Yeah. Bring your belly button to your spine. Bring your pubic bone to the ceiling or like sit bones to the backs of your knees. If you want to lay back, go for it. I know some of you can lay back from here. If you want to stay up, as long as the hip is in extension, so this is flexion. When we come here, we're getting a good stretch through this rectus femoris, this middle one. The middle one is the one that flexes the hip and the quad. It also turns into your patellar tendon, so it goes behind your kneecap as well. Don't let the knees splay open. You got to keep adducting or hugging into the midline like if you were squeezing a block. Belly to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling or sit bones to the backs of the knees. Yep, maybe go back a little bit more. Play where what feels good to you. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Hands down, all fours. Reach one leg back, ball the foot on the floor. Just open up the knee and the hip. Lower it down, swap side two. Belly's in. Lower it down. Two options. Spinal balance or plank balance. So if you want to work from the all fours, right arm up and left leg back. If you're in plank, arm and leg up. Okay? Let's meet all fours, hands and knees. If you're going to go to plank, back to plank. When you're ready, go a little wider in your feet as well. Right arm up, left leg back. Thumb points up, toes point down. Exhale, lower. Wherever you're at. Left arm up, right leg back. Reach back out of the heel, forward out of the fingertips and the crown of the head. Exhale, lower. Put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Exhale, lower. Keep it going. Nice, y'all. Keep hugging the forearms into the midline. Keep hugging the hips in. The thighs, sorry. Keep squeezing the hips. If you started with the right arm and the left leg, finish with the left arm and the right leg. We'll meet in all fours. Nice. Spin around to a seated position. Bend your right leg, bring the heel to the outside of the hip, bring the left leg into the crease of your elbow. I probably won't do this with y'all because this feels real good when I'm doing it and real terrible later. So you're going to try to take either here, okay, foot to the crease of the elbow, or you're going to take your left hand underneath your calf and your right underneath your ankle. Yep. And then baby cradle. So as the name implies, you can go side to side a little bit here. We're here in the back of the hip and down the back of the leg. If you want to work the arm balance, Astha Vakrasana, you're going to lift your left leg high and you're going to bring it up on your arm. And you're going to squeeze your arm between your legs. Otherwise, it's just going to do this. Then we're going to lean forward, and we're going to bring our hands down, just like downward dog. So not here, just like downward dog. Here's some core. Right ankle over left. Feet to the outside of the left hand. Bend both elbows, because I always see this on the right one. Bend that right one. Squeeze the inside of your thigh to the back of your arm. Squeeze your thighs together, and you come up. Spin the shoulder back. Yeah, nice, y'all. Think chaturanga. What's chaturanga? Shoulders and elbow are the same height. Same thing here. Shoulders and elbows the same height. Yeah. Swap side too. Baby cradle. Got a little pop. Yep, a little side to side here. Active from your feet. Push out like a gas pedal. My foot wants to do this. It wants to sickle. That's not alignment though, right? So I got to go this way. Push out of the big toe mound and pull the pinky toe side of the foot back so I get the ankle to as neutral as possible. Now, if you want to stay here, awesome. If you're going to work Astha Vakrasana, same awesome. You're going to lift the right leg up. You're going to take the arm underneath the leg. You're going to squeeze the leg. If you've never done Astha Vakrasana and you did this today, success, right? Further than you were last practice. Hands go down, left over right, feet to the outside of the right hand. Bend both elbows as you squeeze the thighs together. The forearm is making a pillar. The tricep is making a shelf, and your legs are making a girder. And that's how we hold up. You could hear me talking to you. I'm not putting out that much energy. I'm balanced, right? Not arm strength pose, arm balance pose. I got to get the weight to balance. The problem with these poses are all the weight for all of us is all here. Big prime, they're called prime movers. How much weight's up this way? Not what's down here, right? So that means you got to go forward more to get that to come up. And that's kind of the challenge in arm balance. You want to do a little malasana? Come on, let's go for it. So spin around all fours. Take the knees a little wide, and then just come back into squat pose, malasana. You could always take the blanket and put it here behind your heels if your heels aren't rooting. It'll also give you a little more space. Let your knees track where your toes go. That's the safest for the knees. Now hug in first, because we've got to engage muscles before we stretch them. Now push the elbows away. Now drive the elbows down into your legs and lift your spine up a little bit. Yep. So we're not just like this, right? We want to be here a little bit more. Push your hands together, strong. Now stay here. Awesome place to stay. Crow, you're going to lift your hips up and you're going to place your hands down, just like downward dog. Right now, my knees are to the outside of my arms. I do my crow like that because I like a more muscle energy crow. But you can also stack your knees on back of your arms like this. It'll give you a little more stability. Now walk your feet to the midline first so your big toe mounds are touching. Then look forward out in front of you. And as you keep looking forward, you're going to start shifting the weight forward and the feet are going to get light. When the feet get light, pull your heels to your butt and push your hands down into the floor like you're trying to straighten your arms. Yeah, but think of what we just said, right? Like, so the little trick is, if you're learning crow, you take the block like this, and you put the block in front of you. So if you go too far, you go, boop. And that'll give you a little more, like, security. Yeah, nice, Sean. Awesome. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. Let's go upside down. I can move these plants if anybody wants to go here on the wall. We'll have plenty of room to get everybody up, so feel free to use underneath the lights or the door, wherever you're at. It's all in game. It's all in play here. If you want to stay in the middle of the room to invert, you're more than welcome to. I know some of you like that. If that's your thing, go for it. There's a wall there. Yeah. There's a window back there too, believe it or not.
I don't know, I'm sure I would pick the window, but
It's like
it seems
great,
like it's something could be
great
done.
view, right?
It
That's a
was much
city
better when
window.
I was imagining. I was like, oh, I bet when I put those fronds, there's
That's a straight city view right
Yeah,
there.
that's a straight city view. That's what I was imagining. It's all
Imagining. Yep. Hey,
Hi, how
how's
are
your trip? Yeah, that's awesome. Nice to see you. So if it's not your day to invert, always welcome to go legs up the wall, do a pose that feels good to you, okay? If you want to stick with me, I'm going to teach y'all downward dog and L pose like I always do. If you want to work your handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha, one-handed handstand, anything you want to mess with, go on your own, work it, okay? So if you're going to work on your own, go for it. If you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, just like that low mountain where we started, but your feet are going to be against the wall. And take a couple breaths in that low mountain. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips. Come to a short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. If your knees stay bent, you're in downward dog inverted. If your legs are straight, you're in L pose. But everybody, bring your chest towards the wall that your feet are on. Try to keep your thighs parallel with the floor. If you go too high, your thighs won't be parallel with the floor. You'll be more on like an angled plank. We're looking for an L or downward dog, the knees are bent. Keep your chest going that way. That, where the arms go overhead, yep. And then when you're ready, you come down, you take a little break, maybe you try again, play with what feels good to you. Go for it. When you're done inverting, we'll meet on our backs. And keep playing. We'll be here for at least another minute. You can go from your crow. You can lower down into tripod. You can go up into tripod. You could come back down. When you go to crow, you want to look forward. It's like I got to scrape my forehead this way as I come back up. And I can work back to crow. It never ends. I say that all the time, right? Because you could go flying Bakasana from there. It's never going to end. It's just going to keep adding. That's why you don't get yourself worked up in your practice. You just practice. Right? Yoga took the anxiety out of this shit. It was like, all we got to do is practice and we're winning, right? That's it. We're winning the game. And then when you're ready, take your time. If you're about to kick up or you're doing your thing, keep going. When you're ready, let's meet on our backs. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. They're hips width apart. We don't want to be any narrower, but we can be just outer hips width. That'll give us a little more stability. And if you take your hands towards your sides, you should like feel your heels with your fingertips. So we know that our knees are stacked, your heels with your fingers, so you know your knees are stacked on the top of your ankles. Now you can bring the elbows here along the side, the bent elbows, like a robot. So fingertips are to the sky. Feel how the shoulders settle back here. We want that. Now charge those legs up so you're pushing down into your heels and you're sweeping your inner heels out. Glutes. You're hugging your shins in. Adductors. You're pulling your heels to your butt. Hamstrings. Pelvic floor, belly, shudders. You're hitting the core. With the head and the shoulders back, slowly lift the hips. Take the shoulders under a little bit deeper. But keep the shutters closed, keep the belly button to the spine, and keep the sit bones going behind the knees or pubic bone to the ceiling like we talked about before when we were doing that quad stretch in Hero's Pose. Neutralize the pelvis so that the lumbar spine is nice and safe here. Back bends aren't in the lumbar, they're in the thoracic, the middle upper back. Now, gently push your feet down and forward, and you'll feel that back bend go right underneath the shoulder blades in that middle upper back. One more breath. As you lower down, see if you get your sacrum, that's the back of your pelvis. See if you get it to land flat on the mat when you come down. The common tendency is your sit bones want to like come up towards like your back, like you want to arch your back. So you got to stay belly button in and sit bones to the backs of the knees, and you'll land in that neutral pelvis. Now take your feet wide to the edges of your mat, let your knees touch. Bring your hands to cactus or field goal. So arms are out to the side in that bent elbow position. And then if that back of the hands don't touch the floor, no problem. Just take the blocks underneath. It'll lift the floor up a little higher. Now here, you got to keep your shoulder blade working down your back here. That way we don't feel any pinch or anything in the shoulders. Now the second one, I'll first bring you into bridge and then wheel. Play wherever feels good to you. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. Charge the legs up. Core, head and shoulders back. Slowly lift the hips, come to bridge. If you're going to go into wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Turn your hands out so that your elbows come in line with the outside of your shoulders. If your hands are turned in, you're going to see your elbows are going out towards the edges of your mat. So you're going to spin them in. When you're ready, push down to come up. You need a little more curve, lift the heels up. Longer curve makes it a little more accessible. Stay engaged. When you're ready, lower down. See if you get the sacrum to land flat. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. Hands to cactus or field goal. Shoulder blades down your back. This isn't really arms overhead because think of like where your bicep is, right? Your humerus is out to the side. So we want to hold the shoulder blades down a little bit. You want to control your shoulder blades no matter what you're doing, but your shoulder blades do rise when your arms go overhead. Just they rise under control. And then open the knees, windshield wiper. That's a whole different discussion. That's like we could be here for 20 minutes talking about that one. Keep the belly in and keep those shutters closed. Knowing where your shoulder blades are on your back and in space is one of the main components to keeping healthy shoulders. When you balance both sides out, come to neutral. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Make a couple small circles on your low back. It should feel nice. Come to neutral. Rock yourself up. Take your right leg straight out and bend your left knee like this. Reach down to this right side, pull the sit bone back and out, maybe even turn the thigh in a little bit so your kneecap and your toes are pointing straight up to the sky. They're going to try to do this. So you're going to have to go this way. Take your left hand behind you. Right hand to the outside of the knee. Sit up tall. So push your back hand to the wall behind you so you sit up tall. And then twist to the up knee. If you need to do an open twist, you're going to twist to the open side. If you're twisting here in the pose in this way, you're twisting to the up knee side. Yep, maybe even peek over the shoulder a little bit. Take that twist even deeper. If you ever have any neck issues, you just keep your head in line with your chest. Inhale, come back to center, swap the legs. So see when I put this leg out, see what it does? The toes want to roll open. So I'm just going to do that little adjusting here and get this to set nice and straight. Then you're going to take your right hand behind you. See how this wants to happen? So I do this, and that sits me up tall. And then elbow to the outside of the knee, twist towards the up knee. You could even persuade, like take the elbow, persuade the knee forward. You start to peel here, the outside of that thigh. Inhale, come back to center. Take the legs out straight, just take a couple breaths here. Lay back. This is where I try to figure out how much shit I can fit into 5 minutes, right? All right, lay back. Take your legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Take a nice big stretch. Right, feel the upper back open here when the arms go overhead. That's where the shoulder blades are rising. We just can't let them over-rise. We have to keep control of them. And then hug the knees to your chest. Keep your knees bent as your feet are going to lower to the mat. Lift the right leg up, open the hip, take the ankle over the knee, supine pigeon. I'm probably not going to do this one with you. Hug the left thigh towards your chest, interlace your hands behind your thigh. Yeah, that's not bad. Stay active from your feet. The closer that your left knee comes towards your face, the further away you want your right knee to move away from your face. That'll intensify the stretch in the back of the hip. Now try to bring your chest, your chin towards your chest a little bit. That's a hell of a challenge, right? One more breath. Stay engaged as you release the back of the thigh, lower the foot to the floor, unwind the knee. Take a breath. Left leg lifts, open the hip, ankle over the knee, hug the knee to the chest, interlace the hands behind the thigh. If you need to go further, you interlace your hands here in front of your shin. That would make this more challenging, but wherever you want to play. And then this time, as the right knee moves closer to your face, the left knee moves further away. We're active from our feet, right? Like we're pushing on gas pedals, so we protect the knees. And then try to bring that chin towards the chest just a touch. Feel the back of the neck start to lengthen and open. One more breath. Release the legs. Release the back of the thigh, lower to the floor, unwind the legs, reach them out straight. Reach the arms up overhead, take a big stretch. Hug the right knee to your chest. Roll towards your left hip, keep the right shoulder down for the twist. Belly's in, shutters are closed. To soften this twist, you bend your bottom knee. I always like to reach out of the heel on the left side because I tend to always simulate like a walk or a run in a lot of my movements. So I like the asymmetry of that. But whatever feels good to you. It's not a right or wrong. There is rights and wrongs, right? There is alignment and misalignment, but where you extend the pose to is never a right or a wrong. It's just what feels good to you. Inhale, come back to center. Hug the left knee in, take the right leg out. Left shoulder stays down as you roll to the right hip. Inhale, you're going to reach out of your heel and you're going to breathe up out of the crown of your head like you're getting tall. Exhale, you're going to twist into the pose deeper. Next inhale, come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Then take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Maybe float the legs an inch or so off the floor. Belly in. That's a good core right there. Hug the knees to your chest. Take the knees wide, come to happy baby. Ananda Balasana. So keep your sit bones working down to the mat. This would be sit bones moving to the sky. This is what we don't want, right? I'm being dramatic. We want to go this way. Sit bones down. So if you feel like holding your feet is too much, like if your arms are disengaging out of the socket, not something we want to do in our last pose, right? We just worked real hard to integrate those arms. Just hold here on the outsides of your shins to your knees. Then you could take the knees wider than the shoulders. You could have the sacrum real flat. Now draw your knees towards your ears. And there's that nice opener on the inside of the thighs and the back of the hip. You could rock side to side. You could reach one leg out, both legs out, whatever feels good. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. For the low back, you're going to, if you're not sure, you can look forward. I'm going to lift my butt up and I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to push the fleshiness towards my heels. Then I'm going to place my butt back down on the floor. And there's going to be a real nice settling over my low back. Let the legs stretch out. Let the feet gently roll open. Let the arms come along the sides. And as the palms turn to the sky, feel the shoulders settle back. There's that supination where we started today. Let your head rest back. Maybe your eyes close. We let the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. We let the body get heavy. We let the mind turn back to the breath. We let the heart open. The breath is the exhale is going to clear and remove those things that no longer serve us, we're ready to move on from. The inhale is going to draw in something new, the change, all that work that we did. And the heart gets ready to move the practice into the yoga of life, the practice of life. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath as it washes over the body from your toes to your fingers to the crown of your head through your heart. We reawaken that better version of ourselves. The fingers and the toes wiggle, maybe the arms and the legs stretch or reach. Move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly and consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and just roll to the right side. Take your hands underneath your head, make a little pillow. Take a few breaths in. When you're ready, you can push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. One more time to seal in our practice, our time together. The sound of Om, all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Super fun as always. You know, if you have any questions, grab you before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all next week. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew. Don't get blown away out there. I gotta go home batten down the hatches. Shit. My wood pile, my tarp's a little loose for 60 miles an hour. I'm gonna have to go tie it down. You're welcome, thank you.
And it's Owen Wilson playing Bob Ross. Really,
I'll check it out.
it's really fun.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out this
I
weekend.
don't think they liked it that much, but it's really
Yeah. Hey, listen, all art hits us all in a different way, right?
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
so much.
You're welcome, thank you.